Okay, so we're going to do the distributive property, and we're going to be simplifying when x equals 2. So my first step is to identify my coefficient or my fireman, which is 2. And 2 is going to go in, and he's going to go in and save negative 8x, and then he's going to go in and save negative 3. Now notice that 2 is positive because there's not a negative. So we're going to write positive 2 times, so using your parentheses, times negative 8x in parentheses. Okay, but then 2 has to go in a second time. So again, we're going to do positive 2 times negative 3. Now remember, parentheses mean times. Now that we have written this out, we are going to go in and multiply. So we're going to multiply based on the signs. So remember, same signs positive, different signs are negative. So we're going to start by looking at that 2. We see that 2 is positive, and we see that 8 is negative. So with a positive and a negative, those are different signs, and we're going to get negative. So we're going to put negative, and then 2 times 8, you can use your calculator, but that's 16. And we can't forget our x because that goes with our term, so it's going to be negative 16x. Then we need to do 2 times negative 3. So we have a positive times a negative, so that's different signs, so it's going to be negative, and then 2 times 3 is 6. Now, if I was just simplifying, I would be done because we have no parentheses, those are those curvy things, no parentheses and no like terms. However, this says to simplify when x equals something. So whenever I have to substitute, that's replacing our variable, I'm going to rewrite the equation, except for instead of x, I'm going to put parentheses. So I'm going to do minus 16 and parentheses minus 6. And then I'm going to go back up and check what is x equal. And here we see x equals 2. So I'm going to substitute for x, and instead of doing negative 16 times x, it's going to be negative 16 times 2. And then we finish out with minus 6. Now that we've done that, we're going to go back to multiplying because parentheses mean multiply. So I check my signs. I've got a negative and a positive, so that is different signs. So we're going to have a negative, and then 16 times 2 is 32. Now we're going to carry down that minus 6 because we haven't used it yet. Now I have 2 negatives. So whenever I'm adding 2 negatives or I'm subtracting a negative from a negative, it just makes a bigger negative. So I'm going to put negative and then do 32 plus 6. So 32 plus 6 is 38. And that is our answer for when we are simplifying this distributive property and substituting for x equals 2.